The eyes of an American crocodile are just gorgeous. Look at those eyes. Beautiful, almost like an emerald green. She's just so gorgeous. I love her so much. Beautiful Indian cobra. Perfect set of spectacles on the back because they're also called the spectacled cobra. We're going to be dealing with these Gaboon Vipers. They have the world's longest fangs of any venomous reptiles. Ooh, she's letting me know she's a little upset. Look how beautiful her coloration is. This snake is so gorgeous. Let's see if we can safely get him up into this enclosure. Oh, we gotta reverse him. 1 and a 2 and a woo. Que bonita, my little baby, my little Miramor, I love you so much. You're the cutest little crocodile the world has ever seen. Oh, what is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to my wildlife. I'm just currently hanging out with my little girl Ziggy, the American crocodile. If you guys are real familiar with the channel, Ziggy, I've had her since she was a hatchling, literally like a couple weeks old. I've been raising her up from a little baby and desensitizing her to touch. So basically it's easier to work with her as she gets bigger and bigger, because this crocodile could potentially become over 13 feet long as a female. And if she was a male, she can get upwards to 18, 19 feet long. That is a beast of a crocodile. Now these Crocodiles acutus, they're found in Florida, they're found in the Caribbean, they're found on both sides of Mexico, throughout Central America, and parts of South America. Even though they have such a wide range, these animals are still poached in the wild and threatened in certain countries that they're native to. So it's very important to have insurance colonies in captivity to preserve these animals, because as time goes on, we lose more and more species every year. It is a dramatic rate of extinction for our beautiful animals around the planet. So to preserve these animals with insurance colonies is real good for the future population, so future generations can enjoy these animals. Also, we can preserve this keystone species, because crocs are vital to the ecosystem. A keystone species like a crocodile will manage all other wildlife below it in the food chain. So without crocs, every other animal will overpopulate, throwing the ecosystem out of whack. So it's very important to preserve these beautiful beasts. I love crocs. Crocs like American crocs and saltwater crocs, estuarine crocs that live in salt water and the mangroves. These guys not just love to eat crabs, wading birds, things like that. They also love to eat sharks. And I just saw a really cool photo today. I'll put the photo right here. Look at this. Oh, right there. Look at that. That's a Nile crocodile feeding on a bull shark that ventured too close into brackish water where that croc made a meal. This is quite common, not just in Africa, but also Australia with the saltwater crocs, and even the American crocs throughout Florida and South America on the coast. Little Ziggy doesn't even know what the future holds, because since she was a little baby, we started off with a little black tub, raised her up, and basically like a baby crib so we can keep a good eye on her. And as she got bigger and bigger, we upgraded her with bigger and bigger tubs. Right now, she's probably in like a 7-8 foot long waterland tub. Huge, the biggest waterland tub they actually make. Right after that, she's going to get her own enclosure, and then after that, she's going to get an even bigger enclosure at the future facility. She doesn't even know what's waiting for her. I can't wait to share with her her new big deep pond, and also share it with you guys around the world, because you guys will be able to see these beautiful animals in person on private tours at the future facility. So you guys will be able to meet Ziggy, and it's going to be a good old time. Right, Ziggy? You're such a beautiful, look how beautiful her eyes are. Look, the eyes of an American crocodile are just gorgeous. Look at those eyes. Beautiful, almost like an emerald green. She's just so gorgeous. I love her so much. All right, I'm going to put her back inside her enclosure. We're going to get to some cleaning today. We're going to be dealing with the Indian Cobras. We're going to deal with the Kaboon Vipers. So let's get into it, and I'll see you guys in a bit. My little girl, I love you. All right, beautiful people. Now we're going to be dealing with Nile, the Indian Cobra. This snake is the most beautiful of the 4 Indian Cobras I got earlier this year, or actually last year. And this is by far not just the most beautiful of the 4, but actually the biggest of the 4. So let's get this snake out. It's eating a couple good meals. I'm not sure if it's going through shed right now. Nope, good to go, looking beautiful. We're going to take this snake out because it has gone to the bathroom. So let me just take this hide out real quick. There we go. Look at this, look how beautiful that hood is right there. This snake is spectacular, look at that. Beautiful Indian Cobra. Perfect set of spectacles on the back because they're also called the spectacled Cobra. Get that tail. Look at those colors. That thing is insane. Look how the yellowish white breaks throughout those brown scales. This is a beautiful snake. Where are you going? Where are you going? All right, so let's get this snake into the bucket. The snake holding receptacle, actually. Nice and secure, because this is a very potent snake. They have a highly potent neurotoxic bite, so you would not want to take a bite off that snake. Out of all the snakes that you can find out in India, the Indian cobra is in the top 4 most responsible for bites in India. Now, it's not because they look to see you out for a bite or they seek out to hurt people. They simply look for rodents to eat. And what happens is in these rural countries, a lot of people can't afford things like cans and Tupperwares for food, or they can't dispose of trash properly, so that attracts the rodents, therefore attracts the snakes, trying to get rid of your rodent problem. And if you're walking around at night with no flashlight and you step on an Indian cobra barefoot, then you're going to be no luck. So definitely keep an eye out when you're walking around in India. What's really cool is groups like the King Cobra Conservancy, which is a group that protects king cobras and all other types of snakes. They go out and they educate communities about these snakes. They hand out pamphlets to identify snakes, and they also donate flashlights with batteries. So simply giving them those flashlights prevents them from stepping on snakes at night. So that's just incredible. So definitely go check out the King Cobra Conservancy, not just protecting the snakes, but protecting local people in the ranges of these snakes. Anyways, let's get to the cleaning.
We got some very spicy meatballs right there. I'll tell you what, I've seen a lot of spicy meatballs in my day. I'll say this. I'll say this one time, I'll say it 2 times, maybe 3 times. No, I'll just say it 1 time. Spicy meatball! Oh, mamma mia!
Are you ready? Let's do this. Ooh. Come on, follow me now. Alright, so anyways, I'm gonna take out all that dookie, gonna sanitize that little area, because the last thing we want is a dirty, bacteria-filled enclosure. If you don't clean your bacteria out, it's gonna cause viruses and infections. You wanna keep your snakes healthy? Keep them clean. Snake tips. Oh, I'm gonna spray that dookie right back there. You see this? See that method I use? It's 2 fingers, not 3. That's a method I learned when I was getting trained how to work with these dangerous animals. They said, hey, quit using 3 fingers, use 2. And I said, okay. Oh, that makes such a big difference. It doesn't! I like telling you what to do. I was like, okay, please just sign me up for my hours. Anyways, let's get back to wiping, shining, and sanitizing. And we're gonna get some fresh water. Not just any water, but the freshest. Do you know how fresh the water is that we're getting? You don't, because you can't even get the water that we're getting. Remember that. We're a step ahead of you. Chandler's Wild World, we get the freshest water. It's this way. What you know about water? What you know about H2O? Everything you know. I'll be drinking on the water, giving it to my lizards, snakes, crocodiles. Everything lacks a little H2O. What you know? You got to flow when you're dripping on the water. You got to preserve that flow. Oh. Excuse me, sir. What would you like to get with your meal? Sweet tea, a Coke, or alcoholic beverage? Did you not hear me? I said I want some water. Step back. Don't want your Pepsi. It tastes real whack. All right, guys, we're gonna put the Indian cover back. Let's get this big boy out of this phone. Oh, Kevin, please, not now. I need to focus. Okay, so let's get this can open. Whew, beautiful snake view. All right, let's get that tail. There we go. Ooh. This snake is much easier to handle. He's a lot more laid back than the other Indian cobras I've got. The other ones just reverse like crazy off of the hook, which they're really good at doing because out in the wild they'll live out in rat burrows, which are pretty tight. So they need to be able to reverse easily to get out of those burrows, in and out, hunting rats, and also just relaxing in there, avoiding the heat during the day. Look at that beautiful Indian cobra. Not hooding up too much, getting pretty used to me. All right, let's get this beautiful boy right back inside the enclosure. And I'm sure the next Indian cobra that I have to deal with is not going to be as laid back. The other Indian cobra we're going to be dealing with, lastly, is the most cantankerous of the group, so that's going to be real fun. All right, so we're going to be dealing with these Gaboon Vipers. They have the world's longest fangs of any venomous reptile, so not an animal you want to make a mistake with. They're pretty laid back for the most part, but it all depends on the individual. Some of these snakes never seem to strike out. Some of these animals can literally go over their own body striking at you. So these guys, they're a little bit laid back, but they're still somewhat defensive. So I've got to watch out and be very careful. Let's see. Get this one in. Beautiful Gaboon. And these guys, they're only about like 1.5 years, 2 years old. And already at this size, they have huge fangs and huge venom glands. Snakes that you would not want to make a mistake with. Now this next snake I'm taking out
This is not a Gaboon Viper. This is a Rhino Viper. It's in the same family as the Gaboon Viper, Bitis, or same genus, Bitis. And these guys can actually naturally create hybrids with the Gaboon Vipers out in the wild. And I've got a hybrid named Chandler Gambino that you guys may have seen on previous episodes. So this is my beautiful, pure Rhino Viper. Doing really good. Let's just get him hooked real good. Support him. There we go. Look at that thick little noodle. Now he's not obese. All the Bitis family members are short, fat-bodied snakes. And you don't have to feed these guys so often like other snakes because their metabolism is not as fast as something like an elapid, like a mamba or a cobra. These snakes are ambush predators sitting in lead piles for anywhere from 3 weeks, maybe even a couple months, just waiting for a rat to go by so they can strike it out and make a good meal out of it. Now, let's get this last Gaboon out. This is the thickest Gaboon of the two. This girl is actually so chunky, I love her. She's doing really good. She's got great coloration. Let's see, get her hooked. There we go. And you can see there's lots of poop behind her, so we do have to get this enclosure nice and clean. Whoop, whoop, whoop. She's letting me know she's a little upset. Look how beautiful her coloration is. This snake is so gorgeous. And she's got a good sized pair of fangs inside that mouth. You would not want to make a mistake with her. She has enough venom in her fangs to easily kill myself and several other people. Their venom has a special toxin called a cardiotoxin that attacks your heart. So you would not want to make a mistake with a snake like this. On top of that, you get bit. The venom ends up making you bleed out your orifices, corners of your eyes, your gums, your butt. I've said this before, but you should know. Your butt. You get bit, you bleed out of your butt. Your gums, your eyes, your cuts, your butts, you know, it's not good. You don't want to get the bit. Alright, so I gotta get out these spicy meatballs. I'm gonna get the paper towel nice and thick because when they swallow their fangs after they shed them, sometimes it's in the poop. So you don't want to get stuck with one of those fangs. So let me get the rest of the poop out of there. So we have a nice clean environment for these Gaboon Vipers to lay down. We would not want them to keep laying around their poop because that could cause scale rot, infection, all kinds of nasty stuff. You gotta keep the environment clean. Alright, beautiful people, we're going to hook back these Gaboon Vipers and the Rhino Viper. Let's make sure we get this open with the hook for safety purposes because of things like this. Like this big female cruising up towards the lip. We would not want to make a mistake with her. Her venom is unforgiving. And even though these snakes are very reluctant to bite, because that's the last resort for a venomous snake, they don't want to waste their venom on us, it's still not worth the risk. You always want to use a tool to open up something holding venomous reptiles. Look how beautiful she is. That is a stunning Gaboon Viper. I cannot wait for her to get bigger and bigger. Gaboon Vipers can potentially get 5-6 feet long with the biggest venom glands on the planet and the biggest fangs of any venomous reptile on the planet. Let's get that tail right in there. There we go. Beautiful snake. All right, next we'll get this little Cranky Rhino Viper out. Come here. Get right under those coils. There we go. Here's just that hook. Beautiful snake. He's got a little aspen stuck on those horns, but look how beautiful those horns are. That is a stunning looking Rhino Viper. All right, we're gonna put him right back inside. There we go. And then we're gonna take this last one out. Just hook it right here, nice and smooth. Get that tail. Go. Perfect, perfect. Another beautiful Gaboon Viper. Love these snakes. Classic venomous reptile. A snake not to be underestimated, but definitely one to be admired. Beautiful snake. And this one's actually a male right here. I can tell because of that long tail. Oop. Doesn't like to come with that long tail. Alright, let me just close that up. Alright, so let me see. Where are my keys? Where are my keys? Where are my keys? Over there! Secure. Okay, now let me move this to the side. Get everything ready because we have one more snake to clean, and it is a snake not to be messed with too much because this animal is so flighty, so defensive, it flies all over the place. This is the Indian Cobra. That's the most aggressive, the most defensive of the 4 Indian Cobras I've actually got. So I've got to be very careful taking the snake out, not just because of how defensive it is, but also because at the level that this cage is at, it's making it very dangerous for myself. Ready, buddy? Let me get your coil. Oh. Oh. Getting a little defensive. Come here. Uh-oh. Oh, see? They reverse like crazy. These real skinny ones, these younger Indian Cobras, are just really good at reversing. It's okay. There we go. Oh. Beautiful looking Indian Cobras. So I've got 4. The one that I brought out in the beginning is the biggest one of them, probably the most beautiful. And then after that is this beautiful male. He's going to stay with the collection as well as that big male from the beginning. My female, my other male, are going to get rehomed to a venom lab pretty soon because I got to make it more manageable for myself. Whoop! Make it way more manageable for myself to maintain all these snakes. Because remember, I take care of all these animals in here, and it's a lot of poop, a lot of mouths to feed, a lot of lives to stay on top of. Ooh, look at that. Alright, let's get this beautiful snake into this holding receptacle. Oh, very nice, very nice. Please stay, sit. Good boy. Okay, okay. Okay, nice and secure. Now, let me move this can aside. We're going to start cleaning. Oh, you relax in there. Alright, let's try not to upset my Arizona black rattlesnake. He's getting a little upset that we're over hanging out over his enclosure, getting a little too close to his space. He's a beautiful, beautiful boy. Check him out. Alright guys, we got our fresh water. We're going to put it right in there. And now we can put back the snake. Let's get that glass set in as well. Alright guys, let's put this beautiful Indian Cobra back where it belongs. Glass is good to go. We're ready to put it back. Alright, he's at the bottom. Look at you. He reverses so easily on that hook. There we go. Alright. There we go. Look at him. Beautiful. Let's see if we can safely get him up into this enclosure. Oh, oh, oh. We got him reversing. Alright. 1 and a 2 and a whoop, 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 whoop. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a there you go. Yes. Back home. Beautiful. Get that tail in there. Get that glass closed up. Alright, now, let's get that lock. Perfecto, perfecto. Alright, beautiful people. We're going to let the Arizona black rattlesnake get some rest. I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay beautiful, stay safe, and most of all, don't forget to check us out on Teespring to get your own merchandise. Allison, don't give a schnitzel. You know what I'm talking about. You can read it. I don't need to say and get demonetized. Anyways, also check us out on Patreon to see exclusive content not seen on the channel. Special episodes that are only for the Patreon fans. You guys are supporting our show by getting on Patreon and subscribing. Thank you guys so much. I'm looking forward to the future. We got lots of good stuff cooking up. I'll see you on the next one. Stay beautiful, stay safe, and most of all, just love a little bit of water. Love your water. Play the song. What you know about H2O? Everything you know. I've been drinking on the water.